Everyone, today I'm going to show you how to use the Dash egg maker. It makes up to 6 boiled eggs, and it's a really quick and easy way to make boiled eggs without making too much of a mess or having to wait a super long time for water to boil. And you don't have to really keep an eye on it. It'll go off and sing a little song when it's done for you, and you can go ahead and take them out, clone them off, and take the shells off at that point. But yeah, here are the components here. Got the top that comes off. You've got this little tray that holds 6 eggs, and you've got the main part here. And what you do is you put the eggs in this tray. You put some water in first, then you put the eggs in. You pop the top on, plug it in, turn it on. It'll cook for honestly like 10 minutes. And then once it's done, it'll let you know, and it'll sing a little song for you, and then they're ready to take out, cool off, take the shells off, and then enjoy or refrigerate, however you want to go with it. But yeah, basically. So what I'm gonna do first is pour the water into this basin here. This actually came with a little plastic measuring cup that had a needle at the end. You'll see what the needle's for in a minute, but I actually lost that. So what I'm using right now is a 1/4 cup measuring cup. And then I'm just gonna take the water and dump it in there. And you really just want, if you're going for a fully cooked egg, you wanna fill the whole thing up. You can use less water if you want more runny yolk, but I'm gonna cook it all the way through, so I added a 1/4 cup. Then I pop that back on, and then I'm gonna get my eggs here. And what we're gonna wanna do is put them in upside down. So every egg has kind of a skinnier end and a fatter end, a more blunt end. And so I'm gonna put them in upside down with the pointer end going down. And I'm just gonna put all 6 in there. And that one's kind of hard to tell, but there we go. And all right. Now what I'm going to do is, actually I need a knife for this. I don't advise this, but if you've lost a cup like I did, that had the pointy piece on it, you can actually just kind of insert the knife to the end there, again on the fat end here, and then just poke a little hole in there, and be really careful if you're using a knife. I'm going in barely. Again, be really careful if you end up doing this. But like I said, it did come with something where it just makes a little puncture, makes it a lot easier. But like I said, I lost mine. I'm just gonna do the rest of these. Be careful not to go too deep, or you'll crack it. Actually, just crack this one a tiny bit. I'm gonna leave it in there. I think it will be okay. It's just a tiny crack, but be careful and don't go too deep with it. All right, so now I'm gonna cover this. The instructions say to not lock it in place. I'm not sure that it really matters, but I'm gonna leave it unlocked and just set it on there like that. Then I'm gonna plug this in here. And then all you gotta do is press this button here, and it'll start cooking. All right, so the eggs are done. I'm just gonna take the lid off, and you can see steaming. The one that was cracked, I think it was this one. It stayed intact. I mean, the shell cracked, but nothing came out, so that's good. And now, I'm not gonna grab this with my hands, but I am going to use some tongs. And so what I need to do is actually get an ice bath, and I'm gonna drop these into that. So now that I've got my ice bath here, I'm gonna take these tongs and I'm gonna remove these one by one and just drop them in there. You could use your bare hands for this. I wouldn't advise it. They seem to be really hot, but some people are more sensitive to heat than others, so some of you might be able to take it just fine, but I'm not gonna take the risk. I'm just gonna let these sit for probably about five-ish minutes, and then afterwards I'll take the shells off. All right, so it's been about 5 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and start taking the eggs and taking the shells off. And so the reason I put it in the cold water after it cooked is that it's easier to get the shells off if you do that. You can just take them off directly from hot, but I find it's kind of more difficult. You'll have a harder time doing it. So I'm just gonna take these, and I have a paper towel lined on this counter, and I'm really just gonna drop the eggs on the counter like this. And then I'm just gonna start peeling kind of from the bottom here. And then you'll see the shells start to come off. And I don't want to do it too quickly because I didn't leave it for a super long time. So if I try to pull it off too fast, it'll break off some of the egg, but you can see it came off nice and clean. And so now I'm just going to do that for the remaining 5. So just keep on going. That one came off really nicely. All right, so now I've gotten all the eggs peeled, and I'm just gonna give them a good rinse in the sink, just to get any like little bits of shell off that might be remaining. I'm gonna drop them in that bowl there. And then all right, so now I'm gonna cut into these 2 here. I'm gonna go ahead and eat these. And then just wanna be careful when I do this. Nice. Now you see these are perfectly cooked. These are fully cooked. Like I said earlier, if you didn't want them to be hard boiled, you could have put a little bit less water into the egg cooker there, and it would have been a little bit more yolky. But here, I wanted them to be fully cooked. Oh, having some trouble getting this one. All right, that one's a little bit uneven, but that's okay. Now I'm just gonna hit these with a little bit of salt and pepper. So this is some Lori seasoned salt, and that's just regular black pepper. I'm just gonna go ahead and just add a little bit here. All right, and that's pretty much it. I mean, pretty quick and easy. Only took about 15 minutes. Didn't have to worry about any water boiling over or having to wait for a long time for it to cook. But yeah, that's it, and thank you for watching.